Mic check, mic check.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Okay. We are back for the final day of the Senior National Baseball Championship. I can't believe that we've made it to this spot. A couple rain delays and a bunch of obstacles, and we've still made it to day 5 in one piece. The championship men's final at long last is upon us, and it is between Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. My name is Ryan Oppenheimer alongside Piyush Nathani, and thank you all for being patient throughout the rain delay. It was a big downpour overnight here at Amravati, Maharashtra. It flooded the field. I was told the entire first base area was under a big puddle, but the grounds crew has been at work for the last few hours getting this field back in playable shape. I'd imagine it's still quite damp, but the players are going to give it a go. 5 days of nonstop baseball culminating in this game right here. Last game, you saw the Maharashtra women's team fall to Punjab in, I believe, extra innings to win the women's final. So Punjab victorious on the women's side, defeating Maharashtra, but we'll see if Maharashtra can get the win in the men's tournament in their home state. What a moment for this sport and this country. The first ever nationally broadcast senior national championship. Thanks to the great work from the people at Diamond Dreams Academy, primarily a training development facility and nonprofit organization. But we are now dabbling in broadcasting, and we could not be more proud to bring this to you. Piyush, it's good to be with you one more time this tournament, and we are hoping for an entertaining final game. We haven't gotten to see Madhya Pradesh here on the live stream yet, but we've seen plenty of Maharashtra baseball, and we've said it again and again. They are a complete baseball team. They do it all on the field. But what do you think, Piyush, is going to be the most important factor for Maharashtra to get the win in this championship game?
Yes, thank you so much, Ryan. A very good afternoon to all of you. Well, happy to see the two sides in the final. We have seen a lot of one sided games in this tournament, but I hope to see something similar to the women's final where game went to the extra innings and something exciting happened. Well, Madhya Pradesh, they have been a surprise package so far, I feel, because they ended up beating the Punjab team, who were the clear favorites, by 7-1 in the semifinals. So I'm sure it is not going to be easy for Maharashtra to get something out of this game, or maybe even Madhya Pradesh might shock them as well.
Never say never, and Maharashtra has played like the favorites, and I'm sure they're coming into this game believing that they have what it takes to become national champions. But they cannot overlook this Madhya Pradesh team. They were able to win 7-1 over a very talented Punjab team in the semis, and they have earned their spot in this game. A baby blue uniform set for Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra will wear their classic orange and navy blue. And the pregame meeting happening at the pitcher's circle between players and coaches of both teams. It really has just been an incredible 5 days of baseball. And I can't believe it's going to be over after this. but we've truly gotten to see some of the country's best talents athletically, both men and women. We do have starting lineups for you, a new addition to the broadcast. I want to thank a coach, a very special coach who is on the ground giving us information, a very valuable member of the DDA family. Uh, Vinita Tiwari was able to relay, get a lot of exciting leadoff hits. He's one of the faster players on the field. Excited to see him play. Batting behind him is Hirashikesh Raul at second base. Then batting third is Vinit Satpal, the designated hitter. Batting fourth, Swapnil Narute, the shortstop. And then batting fifth, the left fielder is Jayesh Desai. Next up, batting sixth, Chirag Sonoware. He is the first baseman. Batting seventh is the third baseman, Vishal Golde. Batting eighth is the right fielder, Pradeep Patil. Batting ninth is Kanhaiwa Gangwe, the center fielder. And then on the mound for Maharashtra is their ace, pitcher number 22, Pratik Gaikwad. So that's the lineup for Maharashtra. Let's move over to this Madhya Pradesh team, their first time playing on the national airwaves of the DDA streaming network. We only have their first names, apparently, but batting first is the first baseman, Ankit. Batting second is the catcher, Samarth. Batting third is the shortstop, Devansh. Batting fourth is the third baseman, Vivek. Batting fifth is the right fielder, Siddharth. Batting sixth is the left fielder, Anshul. Batting seventh is the second baseman, Karsh N. Batting eighth is the designated hitter, Harshdeep. Batting ninth is the center fielder, Satyam. And pitching for Madhya Pradesh is number 44, Ichan. But we'll get to that side of the game in a little bit. For now, it will be Maharashtra pitching first. Pratik Gaikwad getting some warm-up pitches in. We've had a lot of standout performers on this Maharashtra team, Piyush, but do you have a favorite player so far? A most exciting player in this tournament?
Um, well, if you say the exciting player was definitely Harpreet in Punjab, but if you see this Maharashtra side, I see everyone contributing a little bit here and there, as in everyone performs. No one is there who is underlying in the team. Everyone has been very good, everyone has been thorough, being the pitcher or whenever they come on the offense. They make sure that they get those bases in, those runs in, and they play very smartly, which is definitely a good tactic from their coach. We saw both the sides, the men's and the women's, both playing a bit similar in the way they wanted to. And definitely, the coach has definitely implemented his plans very nicely and they have executed it very well.
They certainly have, and we'll get to see their defense on display. I would argue that this is the best defense in this tournament. Their leadoff hitter, Santosh Ramesh, is not only good at the plate, but he's also good behind the dish. He was able to gun down a runner stealing second base earlier in the tournament. We'll see if he's able to put that arm on display again today. Santosh Kachari, excuse me, wearing number 1. You can see him at the bottom of the screen.
Ryan, I had a question for you. Who do you think is at the advantage, the one who is on the offense first or on the defense first?
Wow, great question. I would say that it's almost always an advantage to bat second, uh, and I think that it's pretty hard to argue against that. The home team is the team that bats second, and that creates an opportunity for a walk off. If it's a tie game in the ninth inning, they're able to walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. If you're the away team and you take the lead in the top of the ninth, you then have to go out and pitch uh, again to keep that lead. So that's an advantage that being at home and batting second provides you. So Madhya Pradesh is the designated home team for this game, which makes sense. They are playing in their home state.
Indeed, and I'm sure eventually in the final it is come down to who has the nerves to keep their bearings and get themselves over the line.
Yeah, absolutely. But and it's different for everybody. I feel like I was saying that like it's an objective truth, but at the end of the day, you might run into some baseball players who might say they prefer playing on the road as opposed to playing at home. Everybody has a different everybody has different preferences in this game. Everybody has different routines, different superstitions. It's what makes this game so incredible. So many different ways to play. Teams are done warming up, and we are still awaiting the first pitch, but it should be coming your way very soon. We appreciate each and every one of you who is joining us for this historic moment, the first ever nationally broadcast championship game in the ABFI Senior National Tournament. 53 people watching now. We hope that number grows and grows, but that is one of the higher numbers I've seen throughout the tournament. Again, if you're curious about the women's result, we unfortunately were not able to broadcast that game due to the weather issues. The only field we're able to broadcast on it is this field that the men are playing on right now. But at the time of the women's game, this field was in such bad shape it was flooded, and the women's game had to be moved to a different location that could not be broadcast. Punjab ended up winning that game over Maharashtra in extra innings to win the women's championship. And now one champion is decided and another one has yet to be decided. The men's championship game between Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh right around the corner. We'll see how the field conditions affect the game today. A wet field can definitely cause some slippage. It can cause the ball getting muddy, which affects pitches. It can also affect the way the ball bounces on the field. Very shortly, we'll get to see the leadoff hitter for Madhya Pradesh take the field. The first baseman, number 29, Ankit.
Well, it is lovely to see so much of banter happening on the YouTube chat when the streaming is live.
I've noticed that as well. We have a lot of passionate fans here, and it's really nice to see. I'm appreciative that there are people out here watching these games, listening to my voice. And it's really nice to see people being passionate. The Maharashtra players are still gathering near the pitcher's circle. After 4 days of nonstop baseball, it all comes down to this one final game. Hey, we did see the request in the chat for a score update on the third place match in the boys tournament between Haryana and Punjab. We hear you. We're going to update you as soon as we can. That game was postponed last night due to lighting issues. When it was postponed, it was the bottom of the fifth with 2 outs. Score tied 7-7. And that game should resume around the same time that this game starts. So that match still has not been decided. Could end up going to extra innings or being a walk-off victory for Punjab. We'll have to see. But we will update you on the final result of that game as soon as we get that information. Looks like we're finally about ready to start here in the men's championship game. The scene is the same here in Amravati. Never going to get tired of this view here, even though I'm not here in person. That mountain in the background is such a beautiful backdrop for baseball.
Yes, a lot of us are still excited about the bronze medal. Who will get that one? An absolute thriller of a game yesterday, which is yet to be continued.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I went to sleep. I woke up, and it turns out the game hadn't ended that long before I woke up. I woke up and I saw that the stream went for 8-9 hours. I was like, how in the world did that happen? Well, it turns out that game was an absolute marathon and it still has yet to be finished. Definitely the most exciting, intense finish of the tournament. We're hoping
Yeah,
for something even half as exciting here in this championship round.
an excellent comeback in that game by Haryana yesterday. I was there for it. They were trailing by 7-3, and they somehow managed to ping it back to 7-7 with still the final batter available.
Just seemed like the lead kept changing hands and just went back and forth. And so far they have battled to a stalemate.
We have had a long delay because of the rain, and I hope to see no more delays as the excitement has really kicked in. We have been waiting since a long time for this game, and we pray to have a very good outing here between the two sides.
You can say that again, Piyush. I am excited, but the delays have also been about as much as I think any of us can handle. Praying the baseball gods don't give us another obstacle to jump through. I think the players would say the same thing. Pratik Gaikwad throwing his final warm-up pitches. Maharashtra has saved their most talented pitcher for this moment, starting the championship game against a dangerous Madhya Pradesh team.
Seems like finally we are all set for the first pitch.
It appears to be so. Ankit Joshi, leadoff hitter. He'll step into the box and dig in his feet. At long last, it is Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra for all the marbles. Here we go. First pitch is in the dirt for a ball. So the Maharashtra ace, Pratik Gaikwal, is another left-handed pitcher, and he gets a swing and miss. Joshi swings over it. You can tell right away he's got some good stuff. Makes sense why they saved him for this moment.
Yeah, the
One
meanest
ball, one
defense.
strike. That pitch is pumped in there. So Joshi with 2 balls and 2 strikes now. He throws the curveball, and it's just below the zone. It fills the count. Here's the payoff pitch from Gaikwal. It's popped up in the air. In the infield, and under it is the second baseman for the first out. So a pretty long at-bat worked by Joshi, but it ends in an out.
Yeah, a good early call there by the fielders, shouting early for the catch, making sure that they don't collide. Very professionally and nicely done to start this final.
Those plays certainly take a lot of communication. One out, and now stepping in is Samarth Mishra. Taking a ball. And a swing and a miss. Strike one. Excellent stuff from the pitcher Gaikwal. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Gets set, fires in another one. It is hit on the ground, chopped to third base, and the play made for out number 2.
Yeah, struggling here a little, the Madhya Pradesh side.
Managing to make contact, just not quality contact. Just want to see that bat get on the ball as much as possible, and they've done that twice now. Nice stretch there from the first baseman, by the way. Making the play there at first was Chirag Sanware. And with 2 outs here, Gaikwad fires in a strike. A 1. Swung at and missed, strike 2. Divyansh
Yeah,
Pawar now at the plate.
he will be in a lot of pressure now to connect the next one.
Well, if you're Gaikwad here, you got to throw that put away pitch. Be something breaking away from the batter to induce the swing and miss. He's already showcased some really good downward movement, and that's left up in the zone, popped up into foul territory, and a collision. And he got it! The catcher made the catch. Wow, Santosh Kachare with another defensive masterclass. He is able to make the catch while colliding with another Madhya Pradesh player in the on-deck circle, and it ends the inning in highlight fashion. Santosh Kachare, have you no mercy? He continues to dazzle out here. And maybe this is a better look at the play. Oh my, he absolutely laid out for that ball. And he needed every inch of that frame to make the catch. What a way to end the top of the first for Maharashtra. We will head to the bottom of the first, still scoreless, and the Maharashtra offense will go to bat. You're watching the DDA live stream of the Senior National Baseball Championship. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, everybody, to the DDA live stream of the Men's National Baseball Championship game between Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. And we'll see Madhya Pradesh's pitcher for the first time today, starting on the mound, is Ishan Thakur. Another left-handed pitcher, so both teams going with lefties to start this one out.
Yes,
That
it
just
goes to show how difficult it is to face the left-handers, especially for the right-handers when the ball is swinging in.
at just 21 years of age, he's not even close to the youngest player in this tournament. There are a lot of young players and some older ones as well. We have players as old as 31 years old on this roster. And swinging and missing at the first pitch is Santosh Kachare. Maybe a little bit overzealous after making that incredible defensive play to end the top of the first. Now he swings and grounds that through third base. It's fair, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. And Santosh Kachare has a leadoff double, and he's retreating to first for some reason. I think he was confused there. He had second base easily. He decides to go backwards. I have no idea why. That was pretty clearly a fair ball. I think he just got confused there. There's no reason to slide back into first base there. Would you be able to break this down, Piyush? I have no idea why he would do that.
Neither do I have any clue. Very surprising that.
Well, Santosh Kachare giveth and Santosh Kachare taketh away. Is he in safely at first base? I thought he was tagged out by a country mile.
It seems like
I
he's
just
been given.
assumed he was. And there was no force out there. There was no need to retreat back to the base. I mean, he was quite literally standing on second base and decided to run backwards. And he steals second base. Did they get him? I don't think they did. It was very close. Santosh Kachari manages to get to second base anyway. It took a lot more effort than it needed to. Well, I gotta say, no matter what, the guy is an entertaining player to watch. Whether he's running backwards on the base paths or making breathtaking catches or stealing bases. He's very good at all three of those things. Well, second batter for Maharashtra is Hrushikesh Rahul. With a 1-1 count, swings at the pitch high in the zone and fouls it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And this is hit to second base. And I think they got him at first. The play made for out number 1.
Yeah, a little slip there. There was an opportunity to get the second baseman out, Santosh.
Good throw on the money to retire Rahul. And here is Vineet Sapal, the designated hitter.
It seems like Santosh missed the bag while running to the second base. He missed the.
Oh,
He maybe wanted to go back.
good point. That does happen sometimes. Good eye from the umpire, though, if he really did miss the bag.
And that is also the opening run, courtesy Santosh.
Did he just steal? That's right. That's right. He did end up scoring on that single. Maharashtra is on the board here in this championship game. Digging in now, Swapnil Narute with a man on first in Vinitsa Paul. Big swing and miss. So here's the 0-1 pitch. Low in the zone and fouled away. Narute, the shortstop today. Also pitches from time to time. Born in 2002. As he fouls off another pitch, 5 here in the at bat. Here's the 0-2. Is that in there for strike 3? Yes, it is. Strike 3 looking on Swapnil. And that is out number 2 in the inning. We'll see if Jayesh Desai can extend this one with a man on first. Maharashtra already out to an early 1-0 lead. And he swings at that pitch and fouls it outside third.
It's really the first time that I'm seeing Maharashtra struggle to get a lot of runs in their first innings. Normally, in their games, they have managed to score maybe 3 or 4 or even more in the first innings. Goes to show why Madhya Pradesh is in the final as well, along with them.
They come off of a 15-1 semifinal victory. They are able to get their leadoff batter across in Santosh Kachare. That pitch is a breaking ball low, swung at and missed. That's strike 2. So with 2 outs and 2 strikes, the runner on first can go. Here's the pitch, swung at and missed. What a pitch to get out of the inning from Ishan. Ishan Thakur keeps the damage at 1 run and will give his offense a chance to tie this thing back up in the second inning. 1 inning down, Maharashtra leading 1-0 here in the championship. We'll see how this one shakes out, and we'll be back for inning number 2 after this. Welcome back, everybody, to the championship game in the men's tournament in the National Baseball Championship here in Amravati, India. My name is Ryan Oppenheimer alongside Piyush Nathani, and we're getting set for inning number 2 here. Vivek Yadav at the plate right now, the third baseman for Madhya Pradesh.
An exciting and a tight contest so far. Just that one run, thanks to the pace of Santosh.
The catcher, Santosh Kachare, made an incredible play, making a catch in foul territory to keep the base runner off the base paths. 2 ball, no strikes is the count. And he gets a hold of this one. It's into center field. Base hit for Vivek Yadav. He will stay at first. And some early action here from Madhya Pradesh. Not able to get a base runner in the first. They get one here in the second.
We have a small update for you guys from the other game between Punjab and Haryana. Haryana leading by 1-0. The game is a total rematch from yesterday.
Going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I mean, those two teams played a lot of baseball yesterday and looked really, really evenly matched. So it's Pratik Gaikwad back out there, missing low for a ball. There he is. We have a third broadcaster coming into the stream very shortly. We'll introduce him once he's back up here on the screen. But it's 1 ball, 1 strike now to Siddharth, the right fielder. Here's the 1-1, fouled away. That pitch was high and tight. Here he is. All right. Hey, welcome back, Sumit. We had Sumit on the stream yesterday, and honestly, he was carrying us toward the end, especially that hardline match that went for a really long time and got postponed. But Sumit, again, he is here on the ground in Amravati calling games for local listeners. Santosh Ramesh, I think, caught another runner stealing. He does it again. He is electric. Wow. Again, another crazy highlight happens while I'm trying to introduce my man Sumit. Incredible throw. And the runner did not get a very good jump on the steal attempt. But hey, how's that for an introduction? Welcome back, Sumit. How are you doing? Not sure if I can hear you. All right, we'll let Sumit chime in when he can. But that is an explosive first out of the frame, again recorded by Santosh Kachari. And oh my goodness, that is pummeled to left. And that is gone. Home run, Madhya Pradesh. Anshul absolutely destroyed that ball. Wow. He knew it the moment it left the bat. And this game is tied. Well, you can
Absolutely.
see the talent on display here. You can see what allowed them to beat Punjab 7-1 yesterday. You know what that swing reminded me of? That reminded me of Giancarlo Stanton. Just not a whole lot of body movement in that swing. He had all the torque ready to go in that upper body, and it was just a quick flick of the hips, and that ball was already in the trees.
He knew the moment he connected that one that it's gone all the way.
So the home run for Siddharth. Excuse me, I accidentally said Anshul. This is Anshul here at bat. Anshul Pawar. An 0-2 count, and takes a pitch that misses low.
It seems like it started to rain once again.
Yeah, it definitely has. And striking out is Pawar. Not happy about that. That's out number 2. And it is raining hard. Well, no matter what, the show must go on. Even if there has to be a slight delay, the game will finish today. This is hit high in the air. Don't think it's going to get out of the park this time, and it's caught. That's out number 3. Madhya Pradesh able to tie things up with a home run. And right after that, it started downpouring. Here's another look at that moonshot. Excuse me, it was the pop-up. You can already see the puddles starting to form out on the field again. And I'm not sure what's going to happen.
With us now is Coach Stan, DDA's head coach, who's leading the revolutionary DDA coach certification program. With us now is Coach Stan, DDA's head coach, who's leading the revolutionary DDA coach certification program, the first of its kind in India. Welcome, Coach Stan. We're glad to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Adi. I'm honored to be here for sure.
Coach Stan, you've trained coaches across the US and Europe. How has your experience been working with Indian coaches through this program of DDAs?
Amazing. Their commitment level, what they do, the time they put in, the sacrifices they do, the commitment to their players is unparalleled. The ingenuity they use for different drills that I send that I wouldn't even think about because I have access to all the good stuff, right? All the metric stuff, all the things that they do to swing and I'm just amazed that they come back with, well, I did the drill this way because this is what we have. And
Right.
it's perfect. And so the ingenuity is just it's inspiring and it's amazing.
But that's exciting to hear. Superb. Coach Stan, from a developmental perspective, what potential do you see in Indian baseball talent now that you spent a few months with these coaches?
It's endless. I mean, the talent level is it's very good to start. It obviously does have some way to go to really compete on the international level, and that will take time.
Sure.
Again, I think the potential is there, the commitment is there, and they're the two things that you can really start with. And it's the commitment not just from the coaches and the players, but what DDA's vision is with this and how they want to expand and move in the right ways, right? And
Yeah.
that's the most important thing is to expand in the correct ways to give provide access because. To be true with you, the next best Indian player the best Indian player ever may not even pick up a baseball yet, right? Because we don't, and
Yeah.
that you have that attitude, and maybe they did, maybe they just picked it up, or maybe they've done it for 10 years and they're ready. But I mean, talking about that truly international type player that can compete on that level or come to the States and play college and compete, it's going to take time, obviously. Overall, there's going to
Yeah.
be players that can do it, but just overall, when you take Indian baseball and start comparing it to others, it will take a little bit, but man, it's just so much fun to watch this grow and develop just in the short time that I've been honored.
Wow, that's so encouraging for everybody who's hearing us, and it brings me so much joy to hear you say that. Superb, sounds great, great. You've also coached several NCAA, and for folks in India, those are university level programs in the US, right? What opportunities can Indian players and coaches look forward to internationally?
Regarding playing in the States, again, that would be a process. Getting noticed by college coaches, the process to do that, putting videos together, what is available stateside if they can to compete against other players their age, so college coaches and university coaches can compare, because that's going
Yeah.
to be the biggest question from college coaches. And I've obviously being a college coach for almost 30 years, that's what I would ask. Like, how does that compare? How does this hitter face this pitcher? How does this pitcher face this hitter? And as much as we can grow this and develop this and get the better Indian players to the States to compete or to Europe and compete against players that college coaches can compare and
Yeah.
contrast, I think is very important, because then you can obviously know where you are, and that's an important thing, and then go through that process of getting exposure to those college coaches and what programs should be used and what showcases you should go to. And I have all that ready to go. It's
Yeah.
just we have to, you have to, if we
Right.
go too prematurely, the college coaches aren't going, and it's some of these players aren't ready. The college coaches are going to go, well, this is not going to work. We got to hit it right. Like they'll understand the development part, but we have to hit it right.
Okay, and just picking up from that, right? How important is global standard coaching in accelerating this growth of baseball in India?
I think getting, I mean, again, I think what DDA is doing is starting on the grassroots and going to Indian coaches to make this work is great. I still think there's going to be a need for coaches outside of India to come in at certain aspects because
Of
even
course.
I go to the American Baseball Coaches Association meetings and conventions and see and learn all the time. Like I'm always trying to
Yeah.
learn different terminologies, how to get better. And if we can get more connections, and we are getting more connections with different college or different coaches from the States and from other places to even if it's different than what I'm showing or what I'm explaining, because you just need different voices. And
Yeah.
once we get through this process of developing DDA, we can start expanding it beyond me as far as getting the voices to the coaches beyond me. And I think that's important too.
Yeah, to build that ecosystem and community, and because in India we don't have that many voices, those many experts. So what you're saying, yeah, I get what you're saying. We're trying to work and build that ecosystem here in India, but it's so important to infuse those experts coming in from the States,
And
because this is America's favorite pastime we are talking about.
right, and but also being here in Europe and the baseball community just seems so big, but it's not. And being want to go to India when we're ready to get players, to see players, or vice versa, or
Yeah,
get players in the States in front of them. So as much as the world seems big with baseball, it is a small community. It's a community. And you'll see that as we go through this, and how many coaches are going to want to get involved when we turn that corner, and the Indian coaches will be accepted into that community. I think that's important too. That's one of my
yeah,
kind of tertiary goals, is to have the Indian coaches come to the States, get accepted by those. So there's interactions outside of just me,
yeah.
right? And I
Fair.
think that's
Yeah.
so important.
Got it. Coach Stan, if you could send one message to the young athletes and parents across India who are considering baseball, what would that be?
Learn the game, have fun with this game. It is a different kind of game. And just enjoy the nuances of the sport, because they're vast and they're many. And it teaches, just like everything in life and sports, it teaches a lot of good rules. We just played in the European Championship, and we also played in the German Championship. And unfortunately, unlike last year, where my team won both, this year we lost both in really close games.
Yeah.
So you could see that as a failure, but it is not. It's a learning experience that you can take with you. And so the young people in India, as you're taking up this sport, to remember that. They always say in the States, if you want to make the Baseball Hall of Fame, the best of the best, you hit about 30%, 3 out of 10, and you're in the Hall of Fame. There's no other sport like that.
Right.
If you're 30% in soccer shooting shootouts, or you're 30% in shooting in basketball, you're not going to make it. In baseball, if you're 30% successful as a hitter, you're in the Hall of Fame. And
Yeah.
so it's a different kind of sport, and embrace it, and keep getting stronger, keep getting involved. The more you play, the better experience becomes, the more you learn. It is a game that should be played a lot. That's why the major leagues plays 162 games as opposed to the NBA basketball season's 82 games. The American football is only 16, 17 games. baseball's 162 games, or in the minors, it's 140. In college, it was 50. So being able to play a lot is it really builds that experience. So get on the field as much as you can.
Yeah, some great motivating words from you there, Coach Stan. I think you put that so well in terms of why people should be looking forward to playing this game and embracing it, like you said. Coach Stan, any parting thoughts or words for our audience today?
I'm just super excited in the mission of DDA and what it's about, and getting players and coaches involved, and just getting the whole community better and grow it and do it the right way is just really impressive to me, and I'm so proud to be part of that. So I thank you for this opportunity, OD, and being able to share my thoughts with this, and I hope to have more interactions. I hope to get to India soon.
We're looking forward to that.
So I'm just having a great time with this, and I can't thank Ken, Deep, yourself, everybody involved in DDA, and all the coaches that I'm working with, how special they are and how much they reach out, and just be able to have that interaction. I'm really honored for this. So thank you.
No, thank you, Coach Stan. We're very, very grateful to have you as part of DDA, to be heading this program and the coaches team. And we're so, so happy that you could join us today and, give us some of your time and some of your wisdom in this sport. So thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I'm sure the audience will hear from you again and again and again throughout our journey.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach Stan. With us now is Coach Stan, DDA's head coach, who's leading the revolutionary DDA coach certification